KoiQuestion. Yes, finally it's there, the start of the brand new Koi show season of 2017. And today I'm standing here at the Interkoi, at the stand of Bresser. And today I'm having an interview with Anke. And first of all, congratulations with your 60 years anniversary. And is it always been about the microscopes? Or has Bresser also done some other activities beside microscope production?
Okay, we have quite a wide product range, so microscopes only one smaller part, but there's also sport optics like binoculars. That's actually where the company started in 1957. And there's also spotting scopes, telescopes, for example, and like electronic products, weather stations, and a lot more. So we're doing also a very broad range, and not only in types of products, but also in terms of price range. So I think we are the company with the broadest price range that's in the market. So for example, for microscopes, we have microscopes, let's say, from 30 to 3,500 euros. So from the, let's say, toy level through beginners, semi-professional, but also professional instruments. And it's a little bit more extreme for telescopes. I think we have telescopes like also ranging from 30 euros to 30,000. So that's the challenge that we're facing every day, that there's really a broad range of products.
And now today you're standing at a Koi show. I never seen Bresser at a Koi show before. Why the choice to stand here today?
In the past we have seen there are lots of people having kois or breeding kois or selling koi that are using our microscopes to check on parasites. And we are now on the Interkoi for the second time. And this is because we are working together with JBL. There's a cooperation, and they choose our microscopes to sell them or to recommend them to their dealers. So if there's an aquaristics dealer or koi dealer or pond dealer that's interested in buying a microscope, you can do so through JBL with special pricing. And that's why we're here, and actually we're a guest on the booth of JBL.
You also have a wide variety of microscopes. Did you make a pre-selection, like maybe 4 or 5 or 10 models that are suitable for koi hobbyists? And what kind of microscopes does a hobbyist in general need in order to investigate for parasites? What are the criteria to look for? Because there are so many microscopes you can offer.
Yes, when we started talking with JBL, they also had a look at our range, and also we had some ideas of which items could work best, also with an attractive pricing. And they came up with a selection now, I think, of 3 or 4 models. In the middle price range, like from 250 euros to like 450 euros, and also a selection of accessories. So actually there's like one of these models, and you can go and check for parasites on your own. Of course, you can always use smaller instruments as well, so maybe you can choose from 20 or so models, and all will work somehow. But if you think you should do this in a more professional way, there's the price level, let's say 170 euros, and you should not go below that. Because there's certain specifications that have some influence on the image quality, and they should be there. So there should be a true condenser there to give you a nice illumination and give a nice image quality, and certain types of objectives. So if you want to buy something else, a different magnification or maybe a better quality, you can do so, because it's all interchangeable.
And you also supply the accessories. For instance, a camera. I heard like you also have 4K cameras. Is that suitable to use on a microscope or not, or are there certain limitations to that?
Yes, there are certain limitations. Of course, if you're using a normal transmitted light biological microscope, you don't need to buy a camera that has like 10 or 12 or 20 megapixels because the resolution coming from the microscope is much less. So you're wasting money on a very expensive camera. Of course, there's also difference in image quality, not the resolution alone. So we have also very expensive cameras with like 2 megapixels, the full HD. But yes, you can choose from the lower resolution segment for a biological microscope. That's enough.
And we also see a setup right here. Can you explain something about it? Is this a newer product or is it a more of a standardized product for the koi hobbyist? What we see right here?
Yes, the microscope that we see here, for example, the researcher microscope, the trinocular version, this is quite a standard model. So we are selling this model like 15 years now. And it's been used a lot in the koi hobby and it works well. So there's nothing special about it. And we don't need to choose any newer model, for example. Of course, we have like, in terms of microscopes, we have like 35 or something different models. But these are working very well and are recommended.
And are you also a koi hobbyist yourself? Or are you more into the aquarium kind of stuff?
Yes, I'm not a koi hobbyist. I have some interest in the Japanese culture as well, but I don't own a pond or never had one. But I'm in the aquarium hobby very much in aquascaping or having a medium planter tank at home, and also have set up several other smaller tanks, and I'm breeding fish and breeding also live food for my fish, so I'm quite active in the hobby.
That's nice to hear because it's always nice to see involvement into the industry where your product is linked to, basically, because then you can really, be more specific about certain needs of your customer and also the process that's behind it, what is needed.
Yes, I think that's the most important point also about the cooperation with JBL, because it actually started when I was looking for a product that I wanted for my hobby, and I checked for some specifications. I came across their catalog, and in the catalog they said they are actually using microscopes, they are doing workshops, and they were actually using Bresser microscopes. So I was quite happy about that, and then asked them if we could maybe do something together. And that's why we're here this year. And in terms of hobby, it's also something that's very special about the company, because we're selling also astronomical telescopes. And lots of colleagues in the company are actually also coming from the hobby of astronomy. So they have a telescope at home. They started in some club, astronomy club. They were doing astrophotography for a hobby, like myself also when I started. And I think that's a bit special about the company, that lots of people actually have fun what they're doing every day.
So it all comes from passion, basically.
I think so, yeah. I think that's the most important point.
That's nice to hear. I think it's always, if you have fun at your job, then it's always not a job. It's just something that you need, it's your purpose. It's something that you need to do. So, and that's what always makes it, challenging, and it makes you go to work every day with a smile, basically. At least that's what it does for me.
Yes, I think that's true for me. When I started with astronomy, and also I'm doing now the product management for microscopy. Yes, we like what we do, and we're passionate about it. And of course, also you have a lot more knowledge. So if you're coming from a hobby and a type of job that's actually, there's no education or training for the type of job that we are doing, like recommending telescopes or recommending microscopes. So of course there are specialists in terms of optics or something like that, but they don't know about the application. And that's what something that we have specialized in, or what we are focusing on, is thinking from the user's point of view and trying to choose the right product for them.
And that's also like the core value of your company, basically?
I think so, that's true, yes. So we have a very service-oriented company, and as I said before, there's a lot of people actually being hobbyists, using the products themselves in their free time, so they know a lot about the hobby, and so they can give the best recommendation. And it's not always about the price.
That's great to hear. So are you attending any other shows this year, or is Interkoi the only show you will attend with your Bresser equipment?
I just talked to JBL today in the morning, and we will do quite a lot of koi shows in the next years. And for example, we are sure that we're going to the Holland Koi Show in August, and maybe there's also some other koi shows where our regional offices may attend. So that's not finalized yet, but I think you will see us more often on other koi shows.
Well, Anke, thank you for this interview, and I will hope to see you soon in Arse.
Okay, would be nice to meet you there again. Thank you.
Thank you.